Hello, and welcome to Chesapeake College. I'm Judy Gordon, Accessibility and Student Compliance Coordinator. I also serve as Title IX Deputy Coordinator and work alongside the Title IX Coordinator, also our Human Resources Director, for the purpose of providing training to students, staff, and faculty. The video that you're about to see was produced in-house for the purpose of providing training and also to define the role and responsibilities of the college in administering the Title IX policy. Our policy states Chesapeake College prohibits sexual misconduct and sex discrimination by or against all students, employees, and campus guests. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you need to make a complaint, contact Chesapeake's Title IX Coordinator, the Director of Human Resources, Susan Sanchetta, at ssanchetta@chesapeake.edu. The number is 410-827-5811, or Deputy Coordinator, Accessibility and Student Compliance Coordinator, Judy Gordon, at jgordon@chesapeake.edu, 410-827-5805. Please note, if you choose to report sexual misconduct or sex discrimination to a faculty member, that individual is required to report the incident, including the names of alleged perpetrators and all the facts surrounding the misconduct, to our Title IX Coordinator. You may request that we keep your name confidential, but we may not be able to do so. If you do not want this information reported, you may share the information confidentially with counseling, advocacy, health, mental health, or sexual assault-related services outside the college. For detailed information about policy, procedures, prevention education, and sources of counseling, advocacy, and support, please visit Chesapeake's Title IX webpage under the Student Life tab.
1 in 4 women will survive a sexual assault or an attempted sexual assault by the time she graduates from college. Approximately 1 in 10 males will survive a sexual assault or attempted sexual assault while in college. It can happen to anyone.
The Dean's List student.
The SGA officer.
The adult student.
One is too many. You are not alone.
Title IX is a federal civil rights law that prohibits sex discrimination in education. It's not just about sports. It also addresses sexual harassment, sex-based discrimination, and sexual violence. Title IX protections extend to all students and employees regardless of sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, full or part-time status, on campus or online.
Sexual harassment, sexual discrimination, and sexual violence is also prohibited by state law and Chesapeake College's Student Code of Conduct.
Sexual harassment is any unwelcome advance, unwelcome request for sexual favors, or other unwelcome verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature when, number 1, submission to or rejection of such conduct is made either explicitly or implicitly a term or condition of an individual's employment, evaluation of academic work, or participation in any aspect of a college program or activity.
2, submission to or rejection of such conduct by an individual is used as the basis for academic, employment, activity, or program participation related decisions affecting an individual, or
such conduct has the purpose or effect of unreasonably interfering with an individual's work or academic performance.
Sexual violence is a form of sexual harassment and refers to physical sexual acts perpetrated without consent.
Consent means a knowing, voluntary, and affirmatively communicated willingness to mutually participate in particular sexual activities or behavior. It must be given by a person with the ability and capacity to exercise free will and make a rational and reasonable judgment. Consent may be expressed either by affirmative words or actions, as long as those words or actions created a mutually understandable permission regarding the conditions of sexual activity. Consent may be withdrawn at any time.
Consent cannot be obtained by force, threat, coercion, fraud, manipulation, reasonable fear of injury, intimidation, or through the use of one's mental or physical helplessness or incapacity. Consent cannot be implied based upon the mere fact of a previous consensual dating or sexual relationship. Consent to engage in sexual activity with one person does not imply consent to engage in sexual activity with another.
Chesapeake College policy, as well as federal and state policy, prohibits domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking.
Domestic violence is violence committed by a person or former spouse or intimate partner with the complainant, or by a person with whom the complainant shares a common child, or a person who is cohabitating with or who has cohabited with the complainant as a spouse or intimate partner, or by a person similarly situated to a spouse of the complainant, or by any other person against an adult or youth complainant protected from the acts of the domestic or family violence laws of Maryland.
Dating violence is violence committed by a person who is or has been in a social relationship of a romantic or intimate nature with the complainant. The existence of such a relationship shall be determined based on consideration of the length of the relationship, the type of relationship, and the frequency of interaction between the persons involved in the relationship.
Stalking is engaging in a course of conduct directed at a specific person that would cause a reasonable person to fear for his or her safety or the safety of others or suffer substantial emotional distress.
Chesapeake College policy strictly prohibits retaliation.
Retaliation is intimidating, threatening, coercing, or discriminating against any individual for the purpose of interfering with any right or privilege secured by law or college policy, or because an individual has made a report, assisted, provided information, or participated in any manner with an inquiry, investigation, hearing, or other proceeding relating to this policy. Retaliation includes retaliatory harassment.
Chesapeake College employees, including all full and part-time credit faculty members, are required to report potential Title IX violations, even if the victim reporting the violation does not want the incident reported.
If you're unsure if someone can maintain your confidentiality, ask before you speak with them.
If a sexual assault survivor requests that the college not take action against the violator, the college may be limited in its ability to fully respond to the incident.
If you see a friend doing something shady, say something.
Whoever you may choose to report the incident to, the information will be kept private to the greatest extent possible.
Chesapeake College is required to conduct its own Title IX investigation, even if a police investigation is also taking place. While an investigation is underway, Chesapeake College will offer the victims such assistance as counseling, academic options, and additional security. The college can also issue a no-contact directive to prevent the accused from approaching or interacting with you.
Reports of sexual misconduct may be made to Title IX Coordinator Susan Sanchetta, the Deputy Coordinator, Chesapeake College Campus Security, local law enforcement, crisis hotlines, and the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights.
In order to provide a safe environment for all employees and students, the college may need to take action anyway in events involving violence, threat, predation, patterns of violence, or weapons.
Employees who are found to have violated Title IX are subject to discipline up to and including termination. Students who are found to have violated Title IX are also subject to disciplinary measures, including suspension and expulsion from their program.
It can happen to you. If you have been assaulted or subjected to an attempted assault, seek medical care for physical injuries and to screen for sexually transmitted diseases and pregnancy. If possible, do not shower, clean up, or change clothes, as evidence may be collected.
If you have been the victim of sexual assault or attempted sexual assault, it is important to remember it is not your fault. The entire Chesapeake College community stands ready to support you. You are not alone.